Another cool and valuable thing that you can do with Groove Animator is make callouts. Now, callouts, of course, allow you to bring the user's attention to something specific inside of a video, or inside of some sort of layout that you might be doing in your video. In this case, I've got this little mock-up example of these ruins. I don't even know if they're Roman ruins, but I just wanted to kind of give a semi-real world example here. And you can see here that what I've done is I've just kind of pointed to the archway here, and then later on I'm pointing to these columns. And when I'm doing that, I'm reusing this call out more than once. And notice here that I've made these solid colors in order to put in a number so that you can see. And since it's smaller, I wanted to just be sure that I can do that. And so these are very simple techniques. They're using primitives inside of Groove Animator. So let's take a look. So what I've done in Groove Animator here is I've got just all of these are just 3 lines and a circle. All have been made with these primitives and so forth. So what I did when I started out is I made a 25 by 25 circle. So I first entered 25 by 25 and then hit the thing. And I made sure that my line width was the same for all of them. I experimented a little bit to get my line length here the way I wanted it, just enough to be able to have some wording here. And I usually don't care if I overlap whenever I've used callouts. If I overlap a little bit, it's fine. But if you care, you can just make that line longer. And I believe that I made these both 300 wide. And when you're doing it with the line, you really just only care about the width. The height height doesn't matter. So I entered 300 here, I clicked on this, and then I rotated one version, and I made the other one the horizontal. And I just added this additional line just for a little bit of design touch, just to also give it a different color to draw attention to it. And then these are all pretty basic animations I've done. I did a solid color, solid stroke here animation, and just a draw in and draw out. So let's just go to that. You see it's got a draw in. And one thing to notice here is I did the draw in, I hit the plus sign, and I applied the draw out, reversing the direction of the line. But notice that in order to kind of create a situation where it just stayed there for this period of time, I really just went ahead and just dragged this draw out over. And what happens is I get the sort of end of this circle drawing in just static there for that duration until I do the draw out. So very simple. And in fact, you can see that I've done that also with this orange line here, where I drew it in, and then I just moved the draw out section, which I created in the same way. I just went ahead and used a solid color draw out with that orange color instead of the yellow color. And I just extended that to where I wanted it to draw out, and just kind of staggered it to be a little interesting, and so forth. So I did basically, the only other thing that really I did in order to make things useful is I basically went in here on the dash animations and changed up the number here. So you can see here this one has 6 and this one has 5 because this one isn't as long. And so what I basically was going for was drawing out that first one a little bit, and then that other one shows up. It's not perfect, but it's close, and you can time it better. It looks pretty realistic to me. And for this one, for example, I could have it wait a little bit. So this one I could wait till it comes out, so it's about there. Just move this over if I wanted to get a little bit something different. Those are the sorts of things that you can do, very, very simple and easy. Draw in, draw out. So I just exported it out to QuickTime MOV, and then imported it into my, my compositor of choice. I use ScreenFlow, but you can use Camtasia, After Effects, Premiere, Sony Vegas, any kind of layered video program. Also Shotcut, which is a free program. So you can Google that for. So anyways, all these kinds of things allow you to do this sort of overlapping. This is a video that I grabbed from Video Blocks, and I just put in the text. Now notice that the text here, I got it just a simple fade in and fade out also, but you don't necessarily have to do that. That's just what I did to make it more attractive and interesting. And the end result, again, just looking at it one more time, is that I have a nice professional looking call out. that is animated and draws your attention, and it just kind of supports the message without having something that's overly distracting. It looks professional, and it kind of accentuates things and makes a nice little interest factor without being something that's gaudy. And so that's another great use of line animations with Groove Animator.